This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, away we go. It's always fun when the rivals renew their rivalry. Of course, it's the Red Sox and the Yankees for the first time this year. First of three at the stadium, and the Yanks emerge victorious. 9-6 the final score. Home runs for Jazz, Volpe, and Goldschmidt. Meanwhile, Will Warren got the start. He earns the victory in 5 1/3. And after the win, the Yankees now lead the Red Sox, get this, by 10.5 games in the American League East. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Glad to have you. Please follow me on X as well, at Jay Berman, JayBerman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to chat after every game. That's what we do. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Away we go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, as we said, it's always fun when the Red Sox are in town. First of three. Amazingly, we're in June. It's the first time the rivals have met. And so it is a clean 9-6 win for the Yankees. Yanks plated 5 in the bottom of the first, courtesy of 2 separate home runs. A 3-run shot from Jazz, his 9th. A 2-run shot from Anthony Volpe, his 8th. Paul Goldschmidt added his 7th later on. But again, point being, Yanks got up to a great start, 5 in the first. However, despite scoring 2 more in the second and grabbing a 7-0 lead, Yanks got an injury scare, and we're not exactly sure what the deal is because in his second at bat, Anthony Volpe was hit on the left elbow. He was replaced in the 4th inning. The at bat came in the 2nd inning. He was then replaced defensively in the 4th. The left elbow contusion is what the Yankees are calling it. X-ray, CT scan, no results as of yet. But again, it was just at the left elbow. And of course, figures, Volpe not wearing any padding on the elbow. He might be the only one. And it hurts the Yanks. It hurts. We'll have to wait and see exactly what the diagnosis is. Regardless, Jazz and Judge have been great. Jazz, since coming off the IL, it's now been 4 games. 8 for 16 since returning from the IL, and 2 home runs, including the 3-run shot tonight, which just hit the top of the center field wall and over into Monument Park. But again, Jazz goes 3 for 5, 4 RBIs, ups his average all the way to 223. Obviously gives you an idea of how low things were going for Jazz average-wise. But again, 3 hits tonight, and he's been hot since coming off the IL, and that's what the Yanks needed. Now, especially on the left side of the infield, if Volpe can't go. As for Aaron Judge, he too had 3 more hits, and he too raised his average. Not to 400. We're getting close. He's now at 397. It's amazing. We're now into June, comfortably into June, folks. So it's been almost 2.5 months of baseball. Aaron Judge is hitting 400. 397. He's right there. And that's with a cold snap. But again, 3 more hits tonight, hitting 397. Meanwhile, 2 hits for Austin Wells, the only other Yankee with a multiple hit night. As for Aaron Judge, this is an astounding number, and one, as soon as I heard, had to take it to the audience. Judge has now reached base at least 2 times for the 48th time this year. The Yankees are 39-23. They've played 62 games. 48 of them have featured Aaron Judge reaching base at least twice. In fact, there's multiple games where he's reached base 4+ times. Obviously, he's having a wonderful year. And again, his average now at 397. By the way, in regards to those home runs, the home run in the first inning, or at least the 2 home runs in the first inning, give the Yanks 21st inning home runs this year, tied with Seattle for the most in baseball. So we saw it the very first game of the year. Yanks right out of the gates hitting home runs in the first inning, and it has continued through June. Again, 21st inning home runs, just an astounding number. Also, the home run for Paul Goldschmidt was his 7th of the season. Goldschmidt hitting 320, and he too has gotten to a rough patch, if you will. But again, hit a home run tonight to the opposite field. He is now hitting 320. It's amazing, even with that cold snap from Goldschmidt, still comfortably over 300. And obviously, with Judge on the roster, everyone is going to discuss him and his numbers. But don't let all that Judge bias fool you. Paul Goldschmidt has been great. Again, hitting 320, slugging 480. He's having a wonderful first year, perhaps only year, in New York with the Yankees. DJ LeMahieu had a hit. In fact, every starter had a hit, including Volpe, obviously hits the home run, but then leaves. Yanks managed 14 hits on the night. All right, as for the pitching, Will Warren introduced to the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. For what it's worth, it's obviously not what it was, but still fun when the rivals get together. In fact, sellout crowd, and there always is for the Boston Red Sox. Anyways, Will Warren, his first career start against the Red Sox. Things were going great, and then they weren't. Warren, 5 1/3, does earn the victory, his 4th of the season. However, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and a home run through 84 pitches. And those walks in that final inning, in the 6th inning, you could tell Aaron Boone was PO'd when he went to the mound. Anyways, Warren earns the win. Again, 4 earned. The walks are high at 4. He did strike out 6. His season ERA now 5.34. Regardless, he gets the win. Meanwhile, Devin Williams, of course, it's funny. The Yankees made a deal for Devin Williams. You thought it would be magic. Beginning of the season, obviously the opposite of magic. It was terrible. Now, it's almost like we just skipped right over the bad section of Devin Williams, right back to the good section. Williams, 14 pitches in an inning, did not allow a hit, did not walk a batter, and struck out a batter to earn the save, his 7th of the season. And look, you never want to lose a key reliever, specifically a closer, and you never want to lose a guy like Luke Weaver, who has proven that he belongs in the back of the bullpen. However, Devin Williams' resurgence, if you will, rebirth, if you will, couldn't come at a better time. Tremendous stuff from Devin Williams, who again earns his 7th save. Brent Hedrick and Fernando Cruz and Jonathan Loaizaga handled the middle innings, and things got dicey. As we said, it was 7-0, then it was 7-1, then it was 8-1, and then the Red Sox slowly but surely fought their way back, including the Devers home run, also the Mayer home run from the rookie. Walker Buehler, who, of course, ended the World Series in the Bronx last season. Well, Yanks greeted him rudely. 2 innings for Buehler, who signed a big deal with the Red Sox. 7 hits, 5 earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 2 homers, just 67 pitches. And obviously, Alex Cora at that point had seen enough. But again, 9-6 the final score. Yanks will gun for win number 40 tomorrow. They're 39-23, and they're 21-10 at home. Damage in the Bronx, which is obviously exactly what you want. By the way, terrible defense from the Red Sox all season long. Their pitching and their defense has been bad. I don't think we expected it to be that bad. It's bad. The pitching, obviously, you saw tonight, lots of runs for the Yankees, but the errors as well. The defense for Boston is putrid. 57 errors, including 2 tonight, by far the most in baseball. And to boot, the Boston staff has given up at least 5 runs. This is an amazing stat as well. Get this. They've given up at least 5 runs in 15 of the last 23 games. Simply put, not getting the job done. The Boston pitching staff is horrendous, and that's why the Sox are 5 games below 500 at 30-35, despite the fact that many people, including this guy, including yours truly, thought the Red Sox would give the Yankees a fight in the American League East. As we said at the top, it's now a 10.5 game lead. Amazing stuff. All right, we'll take a break, back into Inside the Numbers, and obviously we'll take a look at the schedule as well. All right, the NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you've got a read on who's heating up, why not back it up with a same-game parlay? Are you new to FanDuel? Well, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com, place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, we are back, and it's time for your favorite segment of the show. Hit it.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
All right, we're going to give it to a double dose of Yankees. It was the Jazz and Judge show. The two combined for 6 hits, 5 RBIs, a home run. They scored 3 runs, and to boot, a couple of stolen bases for Jazz Chisholm as well. So again, Judge ups his average to 397 with his 3-hit night. Jazz Chisholm hits a bomb in the first inning to put the Yankees on the board to stay. So again, we'll share it between Jazz and Judge. All right, as for the schedule, all 3 night games this weekend, which is both fun and annoying, to be honest, especially Sunday night, because by 7 o'clock Sunday night, you've all but cashed in your chips for the weekend. Well, we have to wait until Sunday night when we should be playing a day game. We're playing a night game. Anyways, Saturday night is a Fox game, 7:35. Sunday night is an ESPN game at 7. That will wrap up the weekend series with the Red Sox before the Yankees head out on the road. 3 in Kansas City, always fun when the Royals and Yankees get together. And then 3 in Boston. Interesting trip to Kansas City and Boston. And then 3 next weekend with the Red Sox. As we said, 2 more, Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday against the Red Sox. Here are the pitching matchups. Tomorrow it's Ryan Yarbrough and Garrett Crochet. Should be an interesting pitching matchup. On Sunday, Carlos Rodon, who's been great, and Hunter Dobbins goes for the Red Sox. Again, both night games on Saturday and Sunday, 3 in Kansas City, 3 in Boston, before we return home for the Angels and the Orioles. So the schedule will lighten up just a little bit. But again, Kansas City and Boston coming up and coming up soon. All right, Luke Weaver has received a PRP injection in his strained left hamstring. He has resumed his throwing program, which is excellent news. Aaron Boone described Weaver as, quote, pretty encouraged and optimistic, close quote. So great news on Luke Weaver. Initial reports were 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully it's closer to 4 than to 6. Regardless, the fact that Devin Williams has stepped up and sort of resurrected what we thought he had lost, that's key for the Yankees, specifically the back of the bullpen. All right, 9-6 is the final score. Yanks now 39-23. Thanks for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also want to mention our partners in crime at Locked On Yankees, Stacey Gotsulias and Brian McKeon. They're the best, so follow, subscribe, and enjoy. As we said, 9-6 the final score. Yanks now 10.5 games in front of the Red Sox in the American League East. Not good for Boston. All right, tomorrow night, again, 7:35 first pitch. Sunday night, 7:05 first pitch. Should be fun. Again, Yanks win it tonight, and we will be with you immediately following the Sunday night game. Again, as for the pitching matchups, Yarborough and Crochet, Rodon and Dobbins. Should be fun. Have a good night, everyone.